The crypto fan. What's going on, beautiful people? What's going on? Huh? Thought y'all was gonna miss me tonight, huh? Nah, we still here on the grind. You ready to go? You know we bringing that XRP news. Let's get it, man. How y'all doing? It's the crypto fan. Where all we do is talk crypto, make it easy for you to learn. You already know what time it is. Let's get it going. Let me put this on. Let's get this mic. Let's get this mic on this bad boy. What's going on, beautiful people? You already know what time it is. We got some XRP news, man. We've been talking about Ondo, Chainlink, talking about ZBEC yesterday, and let's get back to that XRP, baby. You already know what time of the bread and butter. The market right now is at 2.32 trillion. The free and greed index is at 16%. I think yesterday we were at 11%. So we're moving up. Tammy Lynn is sending me some news. Tammy Lynn sent me a lot of news today. I didn't know about the Jan Street, and Tammy Lynn sent me that. We'll get into that at the end of the episode. I wasn't even aware about that. So we'll get into the Jan Street. Then the crypto coach. You gotta be kidding me. I got the crypto coach. I got you. Anyway, man. So we're gonna get into that, and then we have we also got some ETFs explode today at Big Wise reports that ETFs explode today at 212% on XRP ETF. So I want to get into that also. And then I want to get into some SBI. Tammy sent me a lot of stuff today, man. Tammy Lynn's back in the building. She'll send me a lot of great content that we can go over today. Yeah, man. So I want to get into that, man. If you just tune in, this Crypto fan, and if you don't know about that ZBEC app, I also put that up there. I saw a lot of people. Well, y'all was missing some ZBEC news, man. I didn't know y'all was. Boy, y'all really wanted to get that ZBEC news, huh? Wow. Okay, you'll say my bad. I ain't dropped no ZBEC news in a while, but we talk about it in the chat every single day. We talk about ZBEC. I mean, every other day we talk about the ZBEC, but I didn't know. I was unaware that y'all really wanted that ZBEC news, man. I was inflamed. It was like, give me that ZBEC news, man. I was like, wow, okay, let's get it, man. You know how we do. And I'm gonna drop that Ondo. I'm gonna drop that Ondo also, that Ondo and that Chainlink episode, but that takes a lot, man. That one is a little bit longer. Those are 9-minute, 8-minute episodes. Those go a little bit more deeper because so much explanation in it. I can make it shorter. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are new and they don't really know what's going on. So I really like to explain it and go into it. But let me tell you, the things that we was talking about, that can't make it some that can make some news, man. Hey, making some noise. That Canton that we looked up the other day. Y'all remember Canton that we looked up, that secure protocol that's compliant? Let me tell you something, man. That thing right there is making some noise. I was like, wow, that's very interesting. And then we got some SBI announcing major XRP benefits. Let me tell you, man, SBI, Japan investment company, let me tell you, they're on playing. They're really about that XRP. Tammy Lynn sent me that also. Now we're going to get into that. I want to get into that. But right now I want to look up that ETF. I want to get into that ETF that Bitwise, what they were reporting. Let me tell you, it's just what it is. XRP news, man. It comes so much of it. Let me tell you, there's so much XRP news. They don't stop. But I want to get into this. You know, I like the ETF inflows. So XRP buy orders just exploded 212% on BitTrue. The Bitcoin ETFs bleed out 3.5 billion. So what they're saying is money's bleeding out of Bitcoin and rotating into XRP. This is kind of reminding me. This is usually what happens when you have this is a river rat. What's going on? This is usually what happens when you're having a altcoin season. But we don't want altcoin season happening where the market's at 2.3 trillion. We want altcoin season going on when we up there like 4.8 trillion. 4.29 trillion. You know what I'm saying? That's when we want altcoin season happening. We don't we don't we don't want this cycle happen altcoin season where there's no money in there. I mean, the coins will go up, but we want that explosion. You know what I'm talking about? So let's check this out. So XRP buyers orders just exploded 212% on Big True, while Bitcoin ETFs bleed out $3.8 billion. So basically, they're saying that the ETFs bleed out $3 billion of outflows. So basically, the ETFs that hold Bitcoin, like Big Wise, those type of companies, which is BlackRock, they're bleeding out the ETFs, meaning they're selling their ETFs. And then what happens, some of that money is rotating into XRP. All right. So let's keep it going. So XRP spot purchases volumes on crypto exchanges Big True. Now, when you hear spot ETF, there's futures ETFs and spot ETFs, okay? Remember, future ETFs are paper. Those are paper contracts, okay? Those are contracts that people are betting either it's going to go up or down. Now you're talking about spot ETFs, mean that you're actually purchasing XRP. So I'm saying, so when you hear spot ETFs, they're actually purchasing. It's a big difference, okay? Just want to make sure y'all understand that. All right, so let's keep it going. So on Big True, increased 212% between February 23rd, February 25th. The buy orders exceeded sell side activity by more than 2 times. So basically saying that 2 times more were buying than they were being sold. You understand? You got it? So when they're saying, this is what I'm telling to you, the buyer's orders exceeded sell side activity more than 2 times, according to trading data released by the platform. So Betty's saying that they were buying 2 times as much as they were selling. I'm saying, well, Tamlin says, XRP can be used with flare to gains due to your research. Yes, Tamlin is absolutely correct. You can actually use flare. Flare will let you mint XRP and give you yields on XRP. And what you would do is XRP, of course, you can't take XRP off the ledger. What it does, it matches XRP 1-to-1 in the mint, and it goes into a vault. And that vault is almost like a wrap. And what it does, it mints the XRP and it gives you a yield. So Tammy Lynn is correct as far as XRP flare giving XRP a yield. 100%. And one thing Tammy Lynn knows about is her flare. Tell you that, Madam President ain't playing with the flare. So that is actually is absolutely correct. So flare is that, and also flare is doing other contracts also, but that's absolutely 100% right. You can actually go look on my page. I have 2 different episodes on flare and the minting of flare and giving yields on XRP. So that is actually correct. Let's get back to this. So the surge comes continuing inflows into XRP link exchange traded funds, pointing the shift to capital allocation digital asset markets. Listen, check this out. Listen this now. Let's go back. XRP spot purchases volumes on cryptocurrency exchange BitTrue increased 212% between February 23rd, February 24th, with buy orders exceeding sales. Dave Jameson, what's going on? James, what's going on, sir? What's going on, Crypto Gang? The buy orders exceeding sales activities by more than 2 times, according to trading data released by the platform. The surge comes amid a continued inflows into XRP linked exchanges traded funds, pointing to a shift in capital allocation within the digital asset market. Let me tell you, man. Jay, well, good evening. What's going on? Julia, what's going on? We got everybody coming in the building. Arc Still, what's going on? What's going on, Crypto Gang? We're talking about, if you guys just tuned in, we're talking about XRP ETFs. We saw inflows. Appreciate the love. You already know what's going on. Appreciate the love. We got all our people coming in the building. Pause. But check this out. So what's going on is we're talking about XRP ETFs on Big True went up 212%. Okay, on ETFs. So people who don't know what ETFs are, those are exchange traded funds. What is an ETF? Basically, companies managing customers' crypto. That's it. Some of them will manage, like Big Wise has, where it has 10 crypto coins, like say for Solano, ADA, XRP, XLM. They'll have them grouped together. And then some will just have a single ETF. like XRP. And what they do, they'll buy XRP. The company will hold the XRP. The customer does not own any XRP. What they do, they own shares of the company that holds the XRP. Got me? Two different things. But the customer doesn't have to worry about buying it off exchange. The customer doesn't have to worry about holding it in a wallet, any of that stuff. But they don't own any XRP. The company holds the XRP and manages the XRP for the customer. That's how it works. Okay, just want to let you know that. So let's keep it going. So the surge comes to aim continued inflows into a XRP-linked exchange-traded funds, pointing to the shift of capital allocation in digital assets. When I say capital allocation, they mean money. That's capital, money. So when they say allocation, they're talking about money's moving. So you ain't want to say allocation, they're allocating the money. So what they're trying to say is money's bleeding out of, when you're bleeding, that means that money's coming out of. That's the inflows are coming out of Bitcoin. That's when they say bleeding. All right, that's literally not really bleeding. It's bleeding. Bitcoin is really bleeding. No, Bitcoin is not really bleeding. That's what they call it, bleeding, because losing money. That's why you hear some people say blood in the streets. There's not really blood in the streets. I don't want to go to what people might think. But anyway, that's not what it says. So you're bleeding. They're talking about money's flowing out of ARC still. Money's flowing out of XRP, right? I'm sorry, flowing out of Bitcoin. And what they're saying is that they're taking that capital, they're shifting it, they're allocating it. When they say allocating, basically they're taking that money and they move into other coins. And this happens to be, they're saying they're allocating it to XRP. You got me? That's what they're saying. You got me now? All right, so let's keep it going. So investors, okay? So meanwhile, investors have withdrawn close to $3 billion from U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETF. Listen to this, please. Y'all listen to this, all right? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on here, man? I see y'all going crazy. What's going on? Everything's good on the building, man. Everything's good in the building. Right now, XRP ETFs, they were, a week ago, XRP ETFs were flowing out. Now they're flowing. We're talking about the inflows that are coming in, but there was outflows that were coming out. Just want to make that clear. Everything good now? Yeah, that's been society. You good. That's good. So a lot of people don't get that. All right. Everybody good now? Let's make sure now. Let me know if we got to throw a party. Let me know, man. Let me know we have to throw a party now. Hey, come on now. Hey, listen, man. Yeah. Hey, we good, man. Let me know, man. What's going on, man? Can we? Y'all crazy, man. Hey, y'all crazy, man. Hey, you know y'all crazy, right? Anyway, so yeah. So you know when we come here, right? I just want to let everybody know when we come here to talk crypto. You know, trying to make it easy for you to learn. No hype, no cap. You know what I'm saying? We don't do religion. We don't do politics. That's not what we do here. What we just come to do is talk crypto, try to make it easy to learn. Basically, I'll try to make it easy for people to interpret the crypto. That's it. All that, we ain't really here to beef with each other. You know, over here, we keep it real cool and keep it easy. We keep a cool booty right around here. There's no really, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I just want to let people know that's what this channel's about. We ain't into really anything else but that. You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure that you know what I'm saying, everybody's aware of that. When you come to the crypto fan, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure. But, keep a cool booty now. Everybody keep a cool booty. Cause I don't want to. This kid was doing it. I don't want. I came to the state to give you a lesson, to let you know that I'm not prison. I'm a certified rapper and my name is Shadi. I'm capable of taking out any MC. I'm ducking that checking with the word that I say. All you soft MC need to step on my way. Don't try me or deny me cause I'm number one. And when I'm up on the mic, I Get your job done. Party, da. You ain't know, boy. You ain't know. Party up, party up, party yaddy 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 yaddy. Da. Oh my Lord, yeah, hey, don't do the party. Hey, you know I love to throw parties now. Don't do it now. Let's keep it legit now. Y'all know how it goes, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it, man. All right, let's check it out. This is some good news, man. We need some good news right now. Let's get back to this, man. All right. Let me see. Sean says retail investors awesome. That's every time a bank emotions ripple, they're buying or using XRP. Oh, Sean. So let me explain how this works. So understand Ripple. Ripple makes the buys, gets the financing, and gets the volume, and gets the rails. Okay, they get the business that moves on XRP Ledger. What goes on XRP Ledger now is moved by XRP. So they move hand in hand. You need Ripple to get the business to bring to that bridge. You see that XRP Ledger? Think of that there as a road. And what happened is Ripple is bringing more people to that road. And once they get to that road, XRP is moving that money across that bridge. But guess who's bringing the business? Ripple's bringing the business. So you need Ripple to bring the business to the XRP ledger. And once it gets to the ledger, then you use the XRP to move whatever scale, whatever money, if it's tokens getting tokenized, whatever it is, fiat, that's what's going to move it. So you need Ripple to go ahead and get the business, okay? Most banks use Ripple technology, Ripple Net, without actually touching XRP coin. You could use the Ripple software. We're not talking about the software. We're talking about the XRP ledger, moving on the scale of XRP ledger. That's what we're talking about. You're talking about two different things. You're talking about software. We're talking about actually moving monies. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about tokenizing assets and moving on ledger. We're talking about G treasuries, like how Ando took that $185 million of treasury and moved it on XRP ledger. We're talking about stuff like that. That's exactly what we're talking about. We're not talking about software. It's two different things. So when we're talking about XRP ledger, when we're talking about you using RLUSD as collateral, when you see the XRP ledger, when we're talking about you using RLUSD as collateral, when you see these one of my workers, man, it's crazy. One of my workers, but yeah, man. So that's what that is. So when you have people talking about Ripple, people get it confused, and they're thinking that Ripple, when they're trying to be a Ripple's trying to be a bank. You got to understand. There's the software where you have G Treasuries. They bought G Treasuries. That's just the software. That's a dashboard. And all it's doing is taking traditional technology and giving that dashboard, the operators, CFOs, a rail to use. If they choose to use XRP rail to move certain monies, that right there is giving just another rail to move money. It's like if you went into the store and you want to use MasterCard, American Express, or crypto, just give another rail. What's going on now? Let me see here. Let me see what's going on. This man said, wait, we got another, don't tell me we got another one talking about XRP will hit 10K by next week. Oh, you must be listening to, you must be listening to, what's my boy there? what's his cat there name? What's Buddy name there? What's Jake? You must be listening to Jake. You must be listening to Jake said. This man say, did this man just come here and say XRP gonna hit 10,000? Listen, man. Listen, man. You know that. You listen, man. If y'all been following me, listen, man. You know as much as I would love, y'all know nobody would love XRP to hit $10,000 more than me. But I'm telling you right now, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. I'll tell you that right now. It ain't gonna hit $10 next week. Just telling you. Ain't gonna do that. So I'm just telling you right now. So you listen, when you see these people come on here, right? And they come here trying to tell them about these crazy numbers. Listen, man. I'm 51 years old. If you learn one thing, when it's too good to be true, guess what? It's a lie. It's a lie. And let's just say, right? Let's just say it's good 100 times. Let's say it's 99% right, and it happens one time out of 100. Trust me, you rather ride out with that 99 times that it wasn't wrong. Okay? Trust me now, all right? Don't be listening to people with XRP going to hit $10, 10,000. I'm telling you right now, XRP ain't going to hit $10 next week. Nevertheless, 10,000. Just telling you. You know, Decrypto friend, we don't keep it 100 on this right here. We don't keep it 100. Let me tell you, we got good news. All right? But let's do this the right way. All right? Just going to tell you that right now. Yeah. Yeah, Max. That's Max. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's not going to hit. Yeah. It's not going to hit 10,000. King Crypto. Yeah. XRP's not hitting 10,000. You can say I'm 100% wrong, but yeah. I'm telling you right now, ain't hit 10,000. As much as I would love it to, it ain't. Ain't going to hit $100. Ain't going to hit $10. I'm telling you right now. For XRP to start moving, we need liquidity. They need to start using XRP for real. We just 2 weeks ago got licensed. We just 2 weeks ago got licensed in UK. In Europe. We just got licensed. The banks in Japan just 3 weeks ago got okayed. Literally last week, the banks literally, what was that? What was that? The 16th? What was that? Where they got the KYC and AML on chain. This stuff is just happening in real time. Come on, man. Now I said no crap. Of course it hits liquidity, but when it does hit, it could go crazy numbers. Listen, man. Do you know 10,000? Listen, the type of velocity you need, okay, if you trying to go with that, that's not happening. You know people that want XRP to go 10,000? That's the people that only have 100, 1,000 XRP. You're hoping it goes to 10,000. That's not reality. If you're waiting for that, let me tell you something. That's not reality. Can it hit 10,000 eventually? Yeah. But I ain't going to be around for that. I'm 51. I ain't going to be waiting until I'm 80 years old waiting for 10,000. You might be young. 30 years from now, you might be 51. But me, nah, 10,000. Nah, man. You know what? Listen, man. You know the type of, when you're talking about $10,000 XRP, you would have to have, the market cap would have to be, oh my Lord. Just for what? I think just for what? No, man, the math is so crazy, man. That math is so crazy. You're talking about definitely more than all the money that's in crypto right now. even all the money that's in crypto, if you took all the money that's in crypto right now, you're getting yourself what, $100 XRP? What is that? $150 XRP with all the money that's in crypto? You talking about 10,000? No, man. Man, listen, man. Listen. No. That's what you're doing wild math. It's math is math. Numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Numbers don't lie. Listen, numbers do not lie. Those are the type of way when people take $10,000, that's the same way that I got stuck with Dogecoin and got stuck with SHIB. I'm telling you right now. That's why when my Dogecoin was, when I had 9,000, my Dogecoin went to 98,000. I was listening to people while I was first into crypto, listening to people giving wild numbers. And that wild numbers made me lose out on $90,000. Listen to people give wild numbers. People gave me wild numbers. I was up 570,000. Somebody told me some $3 number. I thought I went from what 50,000 to 574,000, trying to take it up to $2 million because I'm listening to somebody still taking a blessing of 574,000. Stop listening to crazy ass numbers. That's the same way that'll make you lose money and not sell your fund and take profits because you listen to wild numbers. Same when I had Doge, listen to wild numbers. When I had $2,700, that thing went $27.76. Listen to people talking about, oh, Elon Musk is going to SNL. It's going to go $3. Don't listen to wild power. Math is math. Figures, numbers do not lie. Let me tell you, do not live this world where you listen to figures. Numbers do not lie. Okay? I work in this business. Numbers do not lie. Figures figure. Numbers do not lie. Okay? Take it from me. I've lost a lot of money listening to wild numbers, $10,000. Man, listen here. Let's get back to the news, man. Anyway, the surge comes around continuing inflows XRP linked to exchange-traded funds, pointing to shift the capital allocation digital asset markets. Investors, meanwhile, withdraw close to $3.8 billion in U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. 5-week stretch. Listen, man, I lost over 700,000. Listen to people doing wild numbers. Don't listen to wild people numbers, man. Do you grown people listen to math? Listen, man, y'all been on this world long enough to know what makes sense. Don't listen to crazy wild numbers, okay? Listen, you want something that's fair, go to Disneyland. If you want something that's fair in this world, go to Disneyland. Okay, this is reality. You grown people. Come on, grow up. For real. Enough is enough. Come on, 10,000 X. What are you talking? Come on, man. Y'all think everything's Bitcoin. You know, listen, man, the circulating supply of Bitcoin is only 21 million. Okay, not everything's Bitcoin. The circulating supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. The circulating supply of XRP is 60 billion. Stop thinking that everything's going. Listen, Ethereum has only went to 5,000 now. It's 4,900, not even 5,000, 4,900. They have 120 million. It hit 4,900 with 120 million in circulating supply. Listen to what I'm saying. Ethereum hit 4,900 with a circulating supply of 120 million. XRP has 60 billion circulating supply, 60 billion. You tell me, if this thing at 120 million, Ethereum, the number 2 coin, hit 4,900 with a circulating supply of 120 million, you telling me that this thing will hit 10,000 with a circulating supply of 60 billion? Do the math, people. It's just math. Don't be mad at me. It's math. Now, if crypto gets to freaking 300 trillion, then we're talking something different. But you're still not talking about 10. You might be talking about, what, an $800 XRP, which would be amazing. Freaking amazing. Amazing to go from freaking dollar to 800. But 10,000? Jeepers creepers, man. What the? Man. Anyway, investors, meanwhile, have withdrawn close to $3.8 billion from U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds over a 5-week stretch, marking the most prolonged runs of outflows since February 2025. So what they're saying now, the money is flowing out of Bitcoin and rotating and allocating into XRP. That's why you see the Big Wise has bounced up to 212%. And people are thinking, like, why we're not seeing it in the price. Okay? The reason why you're not seeing it in the price is because they're buying over the counter. You ain't going to see that. And you got to remember, there's people that's selling. Let me tell you, there's people right now that's dropping. They're not saying anything, but there's people selling the XRP. There's people let me tell you something. There's people that's selling. Not everybody and everyone has the risk appetite. That was the word I wanted to use. I want to make sure I use the word correctly. Not everybody has that risk appetite. And that's their right. You can't take away from them, but not everybody's willing to stay in this long, take that volatility, the up and downs. It's not, and guess what? Me, mom, what's going on? Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. And guess what? That's their right. This game right here. I told you, I had diarrhea for 3 years. I saw that dip. I'll tell you right now. What's up, gang? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? But I saw that baby rise like a phoenix. I seen that 33 cents, and I saw that $3.66 with my own eyes. I seen when that $3 when they won the lawsuit, when they went up to 95 cents and came back down to 50. I've seen it. So that's what it is. And once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You know what I'm saying? Vintage Black. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I mean? So just want to keep it 100. So sometimes it's hard. So right now, they're calling XRP the Wall Street coin. I'm just being honest. Japan is moving quick. You see SBI? You see that SBI? I'm gonna get into that too. Tammy Lynn will send me some information on SBI. I want to show y'all what the XRP is global. This crypto thing is global. It's a use case. It's not about these meme coins. When I'm talking about this crypto, I'm talking about actual technology being used for real. Okay? I'm talking about real world asset user. No fake oh my God, jump on what they call fart coin and let's go. You know what I'm saying? No, jump on Mickey Mouse coin. Let's go. No, man. We're talking about actual coins and actual utility. On here, we talk real fundamentals and real use case. This is D Crypto Fan. My chat only. Let's tell you the wild stuff. Man, this guy keeps calling me, man. I don't know what's wrong with this cat, man. He's one of the, man, this cat right here, man. He be pissing me off, man. He like, I don't know, man. Anyway, let me say farm truck build said, looks like the U.S. debit of transportation is going to implement XLM as a payment rail. Telling you, look, thank you, sir. Let me tell you, my chat does not play. These people, these are some of the smartest people. They watch, they read, they're in this every single day. So XLM, so people who don't know the difference between XRP and XLM, and once again, fun fact, I know we say it all the time, XLM, which is Stellar, Jed McCabe, the co-founder, he is actually one of the architects for XRP. He built XRP alongside David Schwartz, Robert Otero, Chris Larson, and Jed McCabe. Jed McCabe later left a year later to go do XRP XLM. The difference is XRP moves monies for banks and institutions. XLM moves monies for small businesses. So when you're talking about implementing it in the Department of Transportation, implement as XLM as payment rails, it would make sense. Yeah, 100%. That's some great news. Thank you for bringing that to the chat. Let me tell y'all, man, these are some of the smartest people. They following their money. People invest in these coins, and this thing's so volatile, and there's so much stuff out here. You got to look at it, man. You get scared putting all this money in this coin in your investment. You got to know what's going on. And what happens is when you start digging these coins, it brings you down a rabbit hole that you ain't ready for. When you start investing in crypto, it's going to bring you down. You're going to understand the whole financial system. You start studying crypto, it's going to make you understand the financial system by accident. You didn't even mean to, but just to understand how this works and understand the use case. And when I keep saying use case, meaning what's used for. So when you hear me say use case, mean like, okay, what's Ondo used for? What's XLM used for? What's XRP used for? What's ADO used for? So when you go start using that rabbit hole, it starts explaining to you exactly how the U.S. economy is structured. And once you find out how the bank is structured, and you find out that, wait a second, the money's backed by what? Wait. I don't want to get in that. When you find out about the money's backed by nothing, let me tell you something. You want to say, I want to tell you something that would be wild. If everybody tried to take their money out of the bank, you couldn't. It ain't there. If everybody got, you see when they say they got $6.6 trillion in savings, if every one of us said we want to get the money off the bank, they ain't got it. Then you'll see a real crazy action go. You'll see people lose it. You talking about people stop, them good old boys will stop pulling out their guns. Them good old boys be like, hey, what do you mean you ain't got my money? You gonna give me my money right freaking now, or there's gonna be some big problems over here, sir. You know them good old boys, they ain't playing that game. Tell you right now. All right. Y'all don't want to know. You think it's you think crypto's a Ponzi scheme? All right. All right. Y'all don't really want to get deep on how this really go. Let's get back to this article, because y'all don't want to get how really this deep this thing really go. Because I'm trying to be around here to spend my XRP and my coins and my H bar, my XLM. So I don't want to go deep in that. But listen, you talking about Ponzi scheme, you really don't want to know what's going on. You understand? There was a time where the dollar bill was actually backed by the dollar. There was actually a time when the silver coin was actually a silver dollar. Yeah, for real. Y'all young, but it was really like that. Yeah. You could take back in the day. Now, before I was born, this was before Nixon. You could actually take your dollar, like say you had whatever, $100, and pull out gold that was worth $100 back in the day, for real. So back in the day, if you had, it was backed by gold. So if you had a freaking $1,000, you go say, I want my gold. You're going to get your gold worth of the $1,000 in real monies. It was backed by gold. Whatever the value of gold was the value of your dollar. In real time. Yeah. This is in real time. Now it's not backed. It's backed by the Fed. That's why they printed. So you understand, they printed more money in the pandemic. I think in that 5 years, they printed more more money than the last 100 years before that. Some wild action. Wow. Some wild numbers, crazy numbers. That's why you're talking about the value of the dollar dropping. That's why people are jumping into other asset classes like Bitcoin. People feel that Bitcoin is going to outrun inflation. So what is inflation? Meaning the price of goods going up. And it's not the price of goods that are going up. It's the value of your dollar that's going down. House prices didn't go up. Car prices didn't go up. Gold didn't go up. Your dollar went down. That's the real. They don't want to tell you. The prices didn't go up. Your dollar got less. Yeah. You didn't know that. This is the Crypto Fam. If you learned something new, hit a like and a subscribe. You already know. Yeah. It's like when I went to Jamaica for the first time. This is way back in the day. I went to Jamaica, right? And I ain't gonna lie to you, this is way back. This is 95, way back. And I was on a mission. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That was back in the days. I was a bad boy. I was on a mission. So I went on a mission to go get that money. So I went there. When I landed, they gave me some money to go chill. So they gave me some bread. I was like, damn. My boy handed me like 10 grand. I was like, ooh, these boys right here. I like working with these boys. These boys right here, that's it. So now I went to McDonald's. That thing said $600 for a burger. I said, what? What's it called? By the time I got my whole meal, I was like $1,000. I said, man, this guy didn't give me no $10,000. This man gave me like $80, man. You know why? Because the value of the Jamaican dollar before, when it was a pound and it got off of the pound, they devalued. So that's why the cost of that burger and all that thing was so expensive, because the value of the Jamaican dollar, whatever, I forget what name, but was less. That's what it is. So that's what the problem is. Prices didn't go up. All right. Just want to drop that little educational moment so y'all understand what's going on, for people that don't know why a lot of us jumped into crypto. We're trying to outrun that inflation, and we're trying to outrun it, hoping that these coins are the future. So we're following innovation. That's why a lot of these folks bought ISO coin, ISO 2022 messaging coins, because they're following innovation. So this is what it is. So let's keep it going. The exchange attributed spikes primarily to retail demand, which accelerated during 2-day period, creating a clear imbalance between buyers and sellers. The move followed a volatile phase in broader crypto market on one of the largest short-term increases in XRP spot accumulation on the platform in recent months. So they're saying between the volatility phases, basically saying on Big Wise, it was very volatile, but in the short term increases, the spot accumulation on the platform has recently increased in months. So basically, they're saying that the accumulation just recently increased, and they haven't seen that in a month. Okay, so just want to go into that as far as the ETFs. The rise of spot activity has occurred alongside with steady institutional flows into XRP investment product since the launch in mid-November. XRP exchange traded funds have attracted $1.1 billion in net inflows and have recorded a positive weekly inflow with only a limited periods of net repudiation. All right, just want to say that. And the trend diverges. Bitcoin, which have seen 1.3 billion in outflows so far this year. So just want to say that. So that's what they're talking about. So they're saying $1.1 billion went to right in November, and $1.3 billion came out of Bitcoin. So what they're trying to say is that that money is flowing out of Bitcoin, the ETFs, and they're allocating some of that money to XRP. That's what they're reporting. Just wanted to say that too. You know what I'm saying? And this is you can find this article on crypto.com. All right, and also now I want to get Tammy Lynn sending me all this, man. Tammy Lynn's been on fire, man. She's back. She was sending me a lot of information. It's a lot to look up, but she was on fire. She's back in business. Tammy was sending all that information, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. What's going on? We all good right now? Making sure that we all good, man. Making sure we ain't gotta do no, because the cast was going crazy earlier. Making sure that we ain't gotta do no block parties. Everybody calm down. One thing, I want people come here harassing my folks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody good? I want to make sure everybody good. You still recovering from that trip, Tammy? Let me tell you, Tammy Lynn had the best time in her life, boy. Let me tell you, I love them pictures, boy. You was having a great time. You deserve it, man. I need one of those. I ain't gonna lie to you, Tammy. I could need one of those vacations, man. Once I can get, I went to go get. Finally, the crazy thing. Remember I told y'all, my thumbs have been numb. So first they thought was carpal tunnel. So I was dealing with X-ray place, but there was a language barrier where I had to go ahead and tell them that bow, 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 because I got a bullet in my foot, and because I have a bullet in my foot, when I was young, I got shot twice. Yeah, I never told y'all about that one, but yeah. So you'll say, oh, the big 60 next week? Nice. Oh, we got to celebrate. Tammy Lynn's going to be 60 next week. We got to celebrate, man. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, man. That's great. That's super, super dope, man. God bless, man. God bless, man. That's dope. That's super, super dope. Thursday, oh, yeah. We're going to have to celebrate, man. We got to celebrate. Oh, we're going to have to do if you ain't going, we got to do a special session for Tammy Lynn, man. Yeah, we got to celebrate next Thursday. We're gonna put that, mark that on the calendar, man. We're gonna have to celebrate Tammy Lynn's birthday on Thursday, 100%. Definitely. I was saying that I was gonna be off on I was saying I was gonna be doing 3 times a week, but I was talking to somebody and it was like, yo, you got this hard work, you gotta put in the time, you gotta do it. So so we're gonna stick to the 5 days a week and stick to the hard work that we got to do to get to where we got to go, man. That's what it is, man. So we're going to stick to the hard work, and I'm just going to try to figure out, maybe do a shorter 30 minutes because I got to get to that gym. So it was actually my girlfriend. She was like, yo, you started this. You need to finish it. You put in the time. So I'm like, yo, yeah, let's do it, man. So you know what? Let's do it, man. And it's Thursday's Tammy Lynn's birthday. So yeah, man, we're going to stick to this job, and we're going to make it work, man. We just make it maybe those 2 days, 30 minutes instead of doing an hour, and I'll just be on time, 7:30 on time, so we get it right, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so let's be here and celebrate for Tammy Lynn. Tammy Lynn's really been here for me since I started, so I really want to celebrate her time, man. I want to celebrate Tammy Lynn on Thursday, man. Yeah, let's do that, man. We're going to be in the building, man. We're going to be in the building. 100%, man. We gotta celebrate Madam President in the building. You already know what time it is, man. So we're gonna definitely do that, man. You all know Tammy Lynn sends a lot of content that we go over. Let me tell you, and it's a lot. And it's a lot because I can't fit it all in an hour and a half. But let me tell you, it's a nice one to have her around when she's sending me all that, because we kind of like the same type of asset classes. So we kind of like, she always sends me stuff that I really like, and I kind of look at the era we come from. We kind of look at things through the same lens. And she's from Queens, Italian. I'm Brooklyn, Haitian. You know, that New York action. You know how that is. Julia, right? A virtual party next Thursday. That's what I'm talking about. Straight up. We did Julia Zappin, right. Now, you know, Tammy Lynn is Madam President. Julia is the Vice President. Just let y'all know. The VP. Yeah, just let y'all know. So, yeah, man. NY in the house. You already know how that go. So let's get into Japan. And another thing I want to say, Sakafet, Jean Augustine Sakafet, who going there, man? Who going there? Nula, man. Nula, you already know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a little Creole, you know what I'm saying, y'all. I got to represent. I got to represent for my Zoe, you know. But anyway, let's get into this, man. I want to get into this real quick before we get off here. SBI. Remember I tell you that bank? So SBI is a bank that does investments in Japan, and it really mess with XRP heavy. Onto my billions of dollars they invest in XRP. That's the same company I told you that put $200 million to invest in Evernorth with David Schwartz, and Chris Larson. And remember, I told you Chris Larson spent $120 million of his own money. SBI put $200 million. They're supposed to be raising $1 billion, and it's supposed to go live on an IPO. I think so. It's come out first quarter. Just want to go in at Evernorth. Look at I reported to you. CTO David Schwartz stepped down from Ripple to go be an advisor for Evernorth, and also Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse will be on the what do you call that? What's called governed? The board of governors. They will be on there also. Just want to report that. All right. Japan SBI Bank lets shareholders take dividends in XRP and crypto gains incoming. Japan SBI Shinsei Bank now allows shareholders to receive dividends in XRP. Okay, they're using a lot of rewards. They're giving their customer rewards in XRP. Remember they're talking about for bonds, giving rewards for XRP on the bonds? Now they're talking about giving rewards on dividends. Okay, this is crazy. Offering crypto-friendly alternative to traditional payouts. So either you take the monies on dividends, because usually what happens is you invest it in a stock, and they'll pay you quarterly what they call dividends for investing in them. They'll pay you for the profits they'll pay you dividends besides the compound interest you're getting and what you're putting in. So what they're saying is that the dividends they'll pay you in is going to be in XRP. Just want to let you know what that is, all right? So let's keep it going. SBI Japan Bank offers shareholders XRP dividends-driven crypto adoption. SBI Bank, subsidiary of SBI Holding, is allowing shareholders to receive dividends XRP signal, major step towards mainstream adoption and access in Japan financial sector. Okay, this is different now. This Tammy Lynn sent me this. Well, this will underscore SBI holders' commitment to bridge traditional finance and evolving crypto landscape. When they say traditional finance, they're talking about old school financing, the legacy system. That's a system that's been around since 1960. And you're probably saying, why has that system been around so long? Banks don't like to mess around. They like companies that they trust. They ain't coming out here to play with nobody's money. Okay? That's what it is. Let's keep it going. The shareholders recorded on March 31st, 2026, that they can use and receive their dividends. Listen, shareholders on record as of March 31st, okay, right around the corner, 2026 can choose to receive their dividends in cash or XRP. So basically it's saying to their shareholders, listen, you want cash or do you want XRP? That's why I said the marketing, a pioneer step to integrating traditional finance with cryptocurrency. By offering dividends in XRP, SBI Shinsei Bank is giving investors flexibility and direct exposure directly to the assets, reflecting growing trend of financial institutions embracing blockchain solutions. Okay, the development comes after SBI prepares to issue. Listen to this. Barb 9483. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the gifts. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Listen to this now. This is listen. This is right here. This is very serious. This development comes after Japan. SBI. Remember we talked about this 2 days ago? I was supposed to do an episode on it, but thank God we talked about it. And I actually think I reposted it on YouTube. But anyway, the development comes after Japan Holdings prepares to issue a $10 billion yield. And this one confused me because when I searched $10 billion, I was like, what? But that $10 billion is equivalent to $64 million US dollars. So when you hear that $10 billion, that's in yang. But it's actually in American money, US money is 64 million, 64.5 million. The blockchain-based bond with XRP rewards outscoring that the group committed to bridge conventional finance and crypto ecosystem. This is what I talked to you about. They've gone ahead and on the bonds, $645 million, right? On these bonds now, they'll give you 0.5, was it 0.2? I think it was 0.2, sorry. 0.2 XRP. So basically, if you do 100,000, they give you 200 XRP. That's the rewards. Poquito, but hey. Underscoring the group commitment to bridge conventional finance to crypto ecosystem. Therefore, but when you're talking about, here's the thing. But when you're talking about dividends, it's a lot more. Okay, so I just want to say that. All right. So let's keep it going. So therefore, SBI decision reflects a strategic push to expand the adoption across crypto ecosystem by integrating XRP into cross-border remitters and payments. The firm strengthens the role in Japan crypto landscape. See, this is when we're talking about this. When we're talking about Japan, we're talking about the world adopted XRP. This conversation is to show you they ain't playing about XRP around the world. So I'm just trying to show you when you're feeling you're feeling like, damn, I don't like. Look at the price. You're not feeling confident. I'm trying to show you while the price is going to be what it is, but I'm showing you that infrastructure is being built. They wouldn't be giving you free XRP if XRP is garbage. This is showing you that this is most possibly, is going to go to another level when it comes to long-term value. This is the biggest bank, one of the biggest banks in Japan. Investment banks, if not the biggest investment bank in Japan. All right. So SBI Bank pioneer XRP dividends ushering a new era of crypto integration in Japan. Market analysts see the development as a potential catalyst for broader cryptocurrency adoption among Japan's corporations. XRP-based dividend payouts allow shareholders to diversify holdings with relatively low risk while engaging in digital asset ecosystem. So basically saying you can get that XRP with no risk. You're just getting off your yields. So you get that. If XRP goes, right, now you could test it. If they see XRP goes now, people are more likely to buy it once they see the value grow. That's how FOMO happens. And then even forget all that. Just the fact that XRP is being bought, that's less out of circulation. The more that's out of circulation, the better for us. No matter what reason it is. Rewards, moving money on XRP ledger, we don't care. We just need that circulating supply to be less. So the more utility that they have to make that circulating supply go away, the better it's for us. You get it? That's what I'm talking about. Evans News says, hey, brother, do you know if this plan to take the Niners out of BDC so Trump family can have it? I don't think that Trump family could have it. The miners, the miners are all worldwide, and you need validators to make the Bitcoin grow, and you're going to be minting. And there was always going to be a time where the miners, where Bitcoin mining was going to get less and less and less and less. But as far as Trump family, no, I don't think that's possible. I don't think that. There's miners all around the world. I don't think so. The whole thing is the problem with the miners is getting too expensive. Getting too expensive to mine it. That's what it is. That's what it is. They got to figure out a better way to bring down the energy prices on that. That's what it is. Yep. One gangster Q said it right there. Electricity. That's what it is. Exactly right there. One gangster Q came. That Q was perfect Q. one gangster came with that perfect Q, boy, on time. Oh, big problems like companies like Janet. Oh, that Janet Street. Let me tell you, Tammy Lynn sent me some information on Janet Street, which I never even heard of that. Then went look into that. That was very, very wild. They're saying that Janet Street was caused the collapse of Luna, which is crazy. Let me get into this, which is very, very crazy, man. It was shit. Let me get into this. So let me get into this. So Janet Street, this before we get off of this I want to get into this. So Janet Street, right? And Terraform Labs, this guy named Dawu, USDT peg, May 22nd, all right? So Terraform pulled 150 million from USDT Curve 3 pool. Shortly after that, Janet Street reported a $85 million loss. The liquidity imbalance occurred. USD began to be depegged. All right. So basically, let me get to this article. So what they're saying is they're framing that Janet Street single-handedly caused a 2022 crypto winter. They're saying that this company caused the crypto winter to happen early in all of crypto. So follow what they're saying. They're saying that the cause of the crypto winter, the lawsuit is more surgically than actually described. It was worse. The former Terra Inner named Bryant Pratt, working at Janet Street, created a private group chat called the Bryce Secret, which Terraform software engineer and head of business development, that the chat became a pipeline for material non-public information about Terraform's liquidity position. So basically they're saying this guy, Bryce Pratt, made a group chat, okay, for insider information on Terra Luma forums. Okay, so here goes. So on the May 7th, 2020, right, a sequence that took 10 minutes. They're basically saying this sequence took 10 minutes to start the crypto winter. All right, follow me now. So at 5:44 p.m. Eastern time, check this out, right? Terraform quietly pulled 150 million USDT from Curve 3 pool. No announcement, no disclosure within 10 minutes. Okay. Jan Street, okay, the wallet pulled 85 million USDT from the same pool, the largest single transaction in a pool history, combined with 235 million USDT drained before outside of those two firms knew anything. So basically, let's bring it back. At 5:44 p.m. Eastern time, Terraform's quietly pulled out 150 million USDT. Sorry, USDT. That's Terra. No D. UST. USDT is Tether. So excuse me. It's UST, which is US Tether, not USD dollar. This is Terra Lua, not Tether Terra. They're two different things. So the USD, I keep saying D. Sorry, the UST. Sorry about that. It's Terra, not Terra Luma. I mean, not Tether. UST from Curve 3 pool number announced. No disclosure. So basically, they said nobody. They didn't tell nobody. Within 10 minutes, Janet Street pulled out 85 million, right? UST from the pool. The largest single transaction in the pool history, combined 235 million UST drained from another outside. The two firms didn't know anything about it, right? We said drain and what said before anyone outside those two firms knew about it. So these two firms, they did it and made sure no one knew about it. All right. It changed the peg, cracked the night. 6 days later, 40 billion was gone. Okay. Then May 9th, okay, while retail investors were watching their portfolios disintegrate in real time, Pratt messaged to Daquan offering to buy Luna or Bitcoin at a sleepy discounted price. So basically, this cat Daquan, and you know they put Daquan in jail. So Daquan, they're basically saying, he told them, listen, man, I'll break you some bread and I'll save you from this. I'll save you. That's basically what he's saying. While you losing money, I'll save you from this right now. Am I right or wrong? All right, so listen. So Daquan offering to buy Terra Luna at a steeply discounted price. Daquan told Jump Trade co-founders Bill Dorsum he should have already reached out about a fundraiser. So Jane Street was in front of running collapse with one hand offering to buy the wreckage. So one time they causing it to drop by pulling out money, right? And then at the same time they're offering to buy it, knowing that they pulled out money that caused the collapse. This is what this article is saying. So check this out. Jane Street was in front running the collapse with one hand and offering to buy the wreckage with the other hand. Watch what they say. Jane Street was front running the collapse with one hand and want to buy the wreckage with the other hand, fully aware of the financial conditions it helped create. So basically saying, yo, they manipulated, pulled out money, caused it to start collapsing, and say, hey, we'll save it. We'll buy it at the discounted price. Watch this now. This tells us that everything about providing liquidity actually what means. And this is here's the thing. Chad, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Chad Sertan, thank you so much. Now, so you guys understand, the Luna, this is where Luna makes the mistake. See, you see USDC and USD Tether. This is backed by a digital, USDC is backed by 1-to-1 with $1. So it's actually backed by the federal government, which is digital dollar. Now, Terra Luna was built on an algorithm. It wasn't backed by the actual dollar. It was built on an algorithm that the people would keep their money in there and would keep the value in the asset at that level. Okay? So just understand that. That's the difference. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Understand that. There's a difference. Terra Luna stable coin was not built or backed by $1 or backed by the Fed. No, even USDT, they're saying they're backed by the actual money in there. Now, they're slow with the auditing, but they're saying that money's actually there when it comes to USDT. This was an algorithm that was backing that stable coin. That's very wild. That's very wild. So let's keep it going. So this just want to what Terra Luna is. So basically Jan Street pulled out money, and then after that, when it was wrecking out, say, hey, we'll buy it. In the other hand, this tells us that everything about providing liquidity actually meant in crypto. The firm that allegedly used the private chat room to drain $235 million from the stablecoin pool before retail could react now generated $24 billion in trading revenue through the quarter in 2025, $10 billion in the signal quarter from Golden. They probably called all kind of shorts on that thing. When you know that's coming, all you got to do is keep calling it shorts. That's all you got to do. You short the market. When you know that, what else is there? You know what's coming. Let's keep it going. Let me see here. So more than the gold and more than JP Morgan entire trading operation. Listen to this. More than Goldman Sachs, more than JP's entire trading operation. Over 10% of North America's equity volume led authorized participation in the biggest Bitcoin ETF. Listen, and the second lawsuit from Terraform's administrator, he's already sued and Jump Trading for $4 billion in December, alleging Jump inflated UST through a backdoor deal before explosion. The Jane Street complaint alleges insider information flowed between the two firms. The picture forming the two Wall Street Post sophisticated trading operations allegedly coordinated around insider information while retail absorbed $40 billion hit. Damn. So they're basically saying because of that move they did, retail got hit for $40 billion. You know how we love ZBEC? ZBEC market cap is not even 250 million. There's people hit for $40 billion. Ripple is evaluated at $50 billion. Ripple is evaluated at $50 billion. Just put things in perspective. You see Jerry Jones, you see with all the Cowboys in the stadium. What's that? $3 billion, $6 billion? There's $50 billion that these two firms that they're saying caused that. Epic One, appreciate the love. They're saying that this is what happened. 40 billion. That's crazy. Woo. All right, and look, Daquan, listen, let me tell you about Daquan. You see your boy Daquan making on moves? Daquan got 15 years, okay? Terraform paid $4.47 billion to SEC penalties, okay? The institutions that allege turned private group chat into front-running operations are poised record profits. The question, and Manhattan federal judge now gets an answer. When does the market making become a market taking? Epic One. Appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. Your boy Daquan got 15 years. You heard me? 15 years playing games. Okay? Let's check it out. The institutions allege, listen to this. Daquan got 15 years. Terraform paid $4.47 billion to SEC penalties. The institution allegedly turned the private group chat into a front-running operation, posting record profits. Questions by Manhattan federal judge. Okay? Let me tell you that, man. And there's Jane Street was behind 2020 crypto winter. This is what they're saying. I'm talking about it. Everyone said, let's talk about it. So that's real. T says, can Ripple make it to $50? Ripple can make it to $50. Now that's a real number. That's real numbers. When you're talking about the market cap by 2032, this is what they're saying, that the crypto market will be around $100 trillion. This is what analysts are saying. All right, so let's just say we don't get to that. Let's say we get to 50 trillion. XRP keeps up. Let's say XRP dominance goes for 4.75, just say 5%. So if you get 5% of $50 trillion, 5% of $50 trillion is going to be $2.5 trillion. XRP right now is at what, $114 trillion. You're talking about, what is that? 114 billion to $2.5 trillion. What's that? A 25x? Let's just say a 20. Let's round off and say a 23x. 23x on a dollar. Where we at $1.50? What's that? 23x. What's that? 23x on a dollar. What is that, y'all? $30 XRP? No, be more than that. No, be more than that. 30x on $1.50. That'd be a $45, $46 XRP. If you did, they're saying that, and this is what analysts are saying. The total market of crypto right now, we're talking about, you have a $2.35 trillion. They're saying in 7 years, was that 32? We're in 2026. They're saying in 6 years you got $100 trillion market cap in crypto. So if we did half of that, XRP dominance at 5% gives you 2.5, 2.5 from 150 right now at $114 billion. That's like a 23x, 24x. Let's just say 22x, 22x. Yeah, that's giving you at what, 22x at one. What are we at? 140. Somebody got a calculator. 22x at 140, whatever. Somebody just do that quick calculation. 22 times 140. That would give you the price. Does anybody have a calculator? Real quick, 22. Somebody multiply 22 times $1.40. What's this cat saying? $30.80. Thank you. That would be that math. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that math. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Somebody wants to throw a block party. Let's go, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. We about to end this bad boy, but I just wanted to get into that Jan Street. Tammy Lynn sent me that, and it came up on the chat, and I was not even aware of that. That's the first time I ever heard of Jan Street, and yeah, so I appreciate dude hating for no reason. What buddy's saying there? Let me see what's going on. Let me see what Raptors are such a Ponzi scheme. What does that mean? Raptor. What does it mean? Raptors is such a Ponzi scheme. What does that even mean? What are you talking about? Raptors. I don't even know what that means. What is Raptors? Mm-hmm. Let's see. One world manipulation. Italian price. So he says one world manipulation. What do you mean? One world manipulation. What does that mean? One world manipulation. What does that mean? That's a blank statement. What do you mean one? Before we get off on here, you know, I like to. Nowadays, I want to hear what they got to say. He's a habitual offender. He's a habitual offender. I'm trying to figure out why he was saying. I'm like, what? He just goes on the chat to just try to say wild lines. There's a lot of them out there, man. I see that in the TikTok. There's people that got nothing better to do but drop lines in there. We had some cat last week. It was funny. We had some cat last week. He was real funny. He says, yeah, man. He says something about it's wild watching people on TikTok make no money. They should be on Twitter or something. People on Twitter making money, and it's funny watching people on TikTok. Something wild to that type of. I was like, if you're making money on TikTok, what the hell are you doing on our page? Why are you in our chat? that was a wild one. I was like, yo, what that is? That was so asinine. Like, what? That didn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? One gangster says there's only 1 million Bitcoin left to mine. Let me tell you, man, that Bitcoin, that's why it was made to be. It was made to be scarce. That's exactly what Bitcoin is made to be, scarce, folks. That's what it's all about. That's why it's called a store of value. It's gold. That's why they call Bitcoin gold. Straight up. That's all I buy my grandson. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm ISO'd out. Pause. That sounded wild. And I'm also getting into some RWAs, the Ondo chain link. Yeah, that's what I've been on that lately. But anyway, man, it's D Crypto fan. Just wanted to get in there. I was waiting for Buddy to tell me what the hell was he talking about when he said yeah, Buddy dropped one line. I don't even know what it was. What was it? The Italian. I guess he probably went somewhere else to go somebody else chat. What I think about H bar, man, I love H bar, man. H bar, people don't understand. H bar does not do the tokenization. So you understand? H bar is actually the rail that moves the tokenization. But I love H bar. In the chat, we love H bar. Actually, a month ago, I reached my goal on H bar. I was buying it for 3 years. And I was able to reach my goal on H bar, the number I wanted to get to, and I just kept buying. But yeah, I love H bar. I love what it does. ISO 2022, the transaction flows, the smart contracts, and moving tokenization rail. I love it. Yeah, 100%. I'm a big fan of H bar. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? All day long. Martin says all day long, 100%. I love too. H bar quantum computer is safely is all. Oh wow, okay. I didn't even know that H bar was working, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of coins are working on that quantum computer safety. I saw XRP some type of commercial with that. That let me tell you, everybody's very scared of them quantum computers. They're saying we're like 8 years, 10 years away from that becoming a reality. Yeah, it's 100%. That's why I would love this thing to run before that, so I can. I don't trust that stuff, man. That's why I would like to get me some real world assets. Also in my crypto, you know what I'm saying? Bowls, what's going on? What's going on, Bowls? Bowls 99, what's going on, gang? Crypto gang. But anyway, man, just wanted to get in. We talked about a lot tonight, so I think I'm gonna have to repost this because we talked about the ETF inflows went up 212%. We talked about SBI rewards. They're paying XRP in dividends, where you can pick out either getting cash or you can get XRP in dividends. And people who don't know, SBI is one of the biggest banks in Japan, and they're very involved in Ripple and XRP. And actually, just want to say shout out because Tammy Lynn sent me all that information too. So the content, because let me tell you, I had to this morning. I went to the doctor. I switched doctors, so I went to the doctor, and he said it's not carpal tunnel. He says that I have arthritis in my neck. Went and got the MRI, so I'm waiting to see what the MRI comes back with because I'm tired of my fingers being numb. So it was nice to have Tammy Lynn send me that content, and I was able to do all that stuff because I didn't finish with I started with the doctors at 9 o'clock. I literally didn't finish till 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I went to work after that. So I really appreciate Tammy Lynn sending me all that information because this was actually great content. I didn't know anything about Jane Street, so I learned it with y'all together. That was wild. That Jane Street was very wild. That's some wild information, man. That's wild. I want to see how real it is, if it's actual real content. Like besides content, I didn't get this came from an article. And Tammy send me the Twitter also on that. So this was great content. So anyways, the crypto fan, man, what all we do is talk crypto, make it easy for you to learn, no hype, no cap. This was a lot tonight, so I'm definitely going to repost this on YouTube. I know I got like 8-9 lives to repost on YouTube, but I do repost them, so you'll hear your names on them, be like, what, Bulls 99? You'll hear all kind of stuff. But anyways, the crypto fan. Have a great night, mañana. You know how we do, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Because I missed out some other stuff I wanted to get into. There's a lot of information, a lot of information. And if you want to watch that ZBEC episode, if y'all missed about ZBEC with the super app, I know that a lot of people. I didn't know that, man. Let me tell you, y'all be missing that ZBEC news, huh? Let me tell you, man. I'm happy that the other day the chat came up and brought up the super app on the 24th. So lucky because I didn't even know that. My chat is very smart, man. My chat stays up, and it's some of the smartest people in the world, man. Let me tell you, one thing we all have in common is common sense. This chat is global, and sometimes it be these slow times when we do the best content when it's less of us. And like Jay-Z said, sometimes the less of us is the more of us. You already know. I'm just keeping 100 though. All right. Love y'all like cook food, man. Mignana. You already know how we knew. James Davison, you already know, broski. You already know how we do, man. Crypto gang, you already know. Have a good night. Mel Hankum 85. You already know. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Be safe. Watch out for anybody asking what's in your wallets. Watch out for Coinbase won't be reaching out to you. Crypto.com won't be reaching out to you. Watch out for anybody calling you. They will not be reaching out to you. Watch out for anybody asking you about your wallets. If somebody, think about it, you live in the streets. Usually when somebody asks you for your wallet, they got a gun to your back. Over here, when somebody asks you for your wallet, they got a computer to your back. If somebody's asking you about your wallet or asking about your crypto coins, they're trying to steal your money. If somebody says the first 5 people that message me, you're going to get some money, they're trying to steal your money. All right? Be safe out there, please. If it's too good to be true, guess what? It's not true. Okay? Just want to be clear. Please. Don't want none of y'all losing your money. Want y'all to be safe out here. People always ask me my price prediction. It all depends on liquidity and what comes on, man. That's what it depends on. I do the math. I don't do figures. I don't figure. I actually do the math. It all does is liquidity. I can tell you what the price would be if the liquidity comes in. If we're moving that scale, I can tell you what the price will be. All right, but price prediction, I ain't got no crystal ball, man. But I'm telling you that I'm very, very invested in XRP. I think it will do well, but as far as prices, I really don't know. And if, let's say, if I did have a thought, right, about what the price would, I wouldn't want to share it, because if I'm wrong, a lot of y'all would lose your money. So I'd rather just take the news, explain it to y'all in layman terms, and you do with the information what you want and invest what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't lie. I always tell you, Evans said 10K. Evans said 10K. That was a good one, man. Hey, Evans, that was a good one. Jake said, hey, that was good. 10K, exactly. We're just joking. We're just joking. Please, we're just joking. It's not going. We're not throwing out 10K. That was just a joke. I hope so. But that person that's asking what the price prediction is, that was an inside joke. You had to be here earlier to jump on that. So Joey read it. That 10,000, we're just joking. That was an inside joke. Somebody came in here and said that XRP will go to 10,000 next week, and I was like, hell no, that's not happening. And then I was like, it's not going to $10 next week. And somebody was like, it could happen. No, it can't. Not next week anyway. Anyway, man, it's D Crypto Fan. Have a great night, man. Be careful out there, Mignana, man. Love y'all like cooked food, all right? Later. 10,000. Yeah, that was a savage. Hey, that was a savage right there, 10,000, ain't it? That was a savage. Just wanted to say that. Let's see. Bobby says ready. $3, $4. Yeah. That. See, Bobby, I could deal with this type of analogy. See, $3, $4. See that. Thank you. That's a real possibility with some massive news. That's possible. See, I can even deal with that. Even so, I would say more like, let's break $2.50 first. We break that 250, then we'll go ahead and get past that 265, get that past that 261. Then we're more clear to that 289, get past that 289, break that psychological $3. Then boom, yes, that's what it would see. Because you also got to look at the charts. You got to also make sure that we're in that oversold. Right now we're at 43. We're still close to neutral. We're not hitting that 33 when you get into that oversold. You know what I'm saying? That's where we need to get to. So you got to look at the RSI. Okay, that's another thing. I know we don't go a lot into the charts, but you also got to look at the charts also. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn it. Look at this man right here. Right when I'm about to go right here, I'm going to change lives for the first 5 people that, see what I tell you? Morgan, that's the people that's trying to steal your money, okay? That's what exactly what I was talking about right before I got off. We were just speaking about you, Morgan. We were just talking about you. Your time is impeccable. That's exactly what I was just warning y'all about. When y'all get that message, remember when I say it's too good to be true? That's exactly, wow, thank you, man. Hey, the timing, God is good, perfect timing. That's the cat that's trying to rob y'all. Be careful out there. Mignana.